Hello and warm welcome. Warm welcome to an Instagram live with me. Today it's a special live. Why is that? Because we're going to deep dive into an incredible journey. An incredible journey of a woman who's transformed her financial life. I'm happy to introduce you to Annapoorna today. She's a remarkable woman from Bangalore who is not just a successful working professional, a software engineer, but also an inspiration when it comes to taking charge of our finances. So, before joining Women on Wealth, Annapurna, like many of us, was, if I may call, an earning machine. She was earning well with no clear direction. No clear direction on her financial future, where she was headed. She didn't track her money properly. She says that she was missing out on the big picture of her life, whether it is her assets, her retirement plan, or just simple financial clarity. And she made all this change after joining Women on Wealth. So Annapurna took this proactive step to gain control of her finances. She learned how to manage her money and manage her money mindfully. She started making the right investments. So she's on her way, she has a clear pathway to paying off her debts. She's built her savings. And most importantly, she now feels confident. Confident and independent when it comes to her own financial future. And I cannot wait to hear her story with all of you. So, her journey from financial confusion to clarity to confidence, and that's how Women on Wealth played a role in her financial transformation. So please join me today in welcoming Annapurna. So let's begin. Let's bring her in. Okay. I can already see that she's here. And meanwhile, you can type in all your questions, what you see available for yourself from all that I have shared with you about her already. What do you see possible for yourself? What are your financial struggles right now? And how do you transform them? So, Annapurna, I've accepted your request. Jump in. And everybody else, please give me a big hi in this comments box. Let's engage. Let's build more inspiration. Isn't it? It is worth it. Hey, Jyoti, how are you? So good to see you after so long. I miss you. Hey, Annapurna, I can see you have not been able to join. Let's see. We can try again. I've attempted again. Hey, Rhythm. Oh, Rhythma. I could see your DP. Okay. Yes, Annapurna, you made it.
Hi, Melinda.
Hi. You'll have to adjust the camera a little.
Okay.
So that
Is it
Yes, we can. Can you place it somewhere? Yeah, I think this is far better.
okay? Okay.
Awesome. So welcome, Annapoorna. Warm welcome to Women on Wealth.
Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you so much.
So before we begin, please share a bit about yourself.
Yeah. So I'm a software engineer based out of Bangalore. I I grew up in Bangalore. My education and everything happened in Bangalore.
Wow, total Bangalorean. Huh?
Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Please share what were those financial problems that you were facing before joining Women on Wealth?
Typically, you know, probably I would say illiterate in finance. I'm
Okay.
not educated enough. I feel that um, the I was a salaried person, handling things alone, right? The only source of income I had was my only my salary. As the right from earning in hundreds to thousands to lakhs, uh, I was getting comfortable with the life, but where the money was going, it hit me when I started earning in lakhs. It was not a matter in thousands or like, but then I felt okay, as I started making a progress, as the salary started increasing, but what am I doing with it? You just go. Not only with the, not like you become a spendthrift or not. No, I was not a spendthrift, but there was no proper planning. Okay, like if someone said, okay, put it in the land, you buy a plot, invest there, and the money will grow. हाँ, कर दो. But okay, calculating it, how much it will get me after certain years. The calculation, okay, so what am I going to do for retirement? Do I have any short-term goals? It was like Women on Wealth was I just changed the direction for me. Such an eye opener.
Got that. Got that. Yeah, so not being able to think through things is what
Correct,
I'm getting, right?
correct,
So if you bought, like somebody said, buy a piece of land, and so you went ahead, bought it, whether it made sense
correct.
for, your goals, whether, that investment took you to your goals or not, there was no thought to that, right?
Exactly, exactly, exactly. Like, probably one thing is that probably we women as a financially we probably that habit doesn't come
Hmm.
maybe. We are meant, okay, women save money. Yeah, but how to save, how much to save? Also, you have a quality of life, you have something for yourself, and plan for retirement as well. Smart investment, right? You don't need to juggle behind the job all the time. You run behind the job one after the other, and and you survive with the retirement fund at the end.
Right.
It was it was not that typical.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. We women, we're not habituated to this
Correct,
kind of a thinking.
correct, correct.
And
Exactly.
of course, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. The, majorly not habituated to things, right? When you think, okay, women makes the investments. Okay, you know about investments. Uh, People do, they feel weird. They feel weird. Well, okay, women know about investments. So, uh, but educating yourself on that gives a lot of confidence.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
the society, when you say a woman goes for an investment, uh, there are not a lot of negative opinions comes out, right? Check with your uncle, brother, your husband, uh, if it is a good investment or not. You always, they were directed, go to someone. and then find out, not yourself. But what I learned out of this is that educating ourselves, yeah, women can also make investments, take decisions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you can. Yeah.
Typically with me was I'm single. I have my elderly parents with me. I have a lot of responsibilities. I juggle with my job. We work for an IT. There was okay. In a hypothetical, in a generic way, I was probably what may pushed me to this is will not be applicable to everyone. Maybe I did not had any go-to person.
Hmm.
First point was I did not have any like the or hesitant or I had to go to others' decisions, not what I wanted to make when it comes to finance. I had to listen to others' ideas and I was not willing to go to them, not like I don't want to, but why can't I find out myself on my own? Why have to be dependent on any man anytime? It can be anybody. It can be relative, brother-in-law, brother. Why that dependency? Why can't I do it on my own? Pushed me to uh, join
Very
one.
got it. Got it. It's very, very powerful what you just said. So, what are some of those specific steps that you took to
Mm-hmm,
go
mm-hmm,
beyond this dependency, to build your own yardstick,
mm-hmm,
for taking your own decisions, right?
mm-hmm,
Creating
mm-hmm.
tools to take your own decisions. So, what are some of the aspects which were very helpful? What are some of the specific steps you took?
The first step was joining Women on Wealth. Of course. And then when I listened to your story first, when I started your sessions, how you started, how you got educated, that inspired me a lot. And then as I attended the sessions, the kind of homeworks were made me to do, right? Like, for example, money in, money out, one of the sessions, right? One such thing that you track your money. Those small steps, I started to
Right.
realize that they make such a huge impact on the money that you're earning. And
Yeah.
those small steps, like, tracking your money, how much you want, where do you want to save, and you have a short-term goals, planning those things, write down. So all these small steps helped me. Those were the steps I have incorporated.
Sure. Sure.
Part
I
of
hear you.
it. Yeah.
And you're actually talking about the power of the small things that build,
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
build up to that confidence and clarity.
Exactly. Everything. What these are the first steps I took as I started attending sessions, as I was given homework to do by by you people. Um, that helped me to come out of all the wrong things I was doing, wrong investments or savings, the no planning for retirement. I started doing these steps and it helped me.
Got it. Why don't you talk about, you know,
Mm.
you told us that you learned on the wrong investments you had made. Why
Correct.
don't you talk about that?
Yeah, sure. Definitely, I would love to do that. See, when this happened with me with Jyoti, when I was having a one-to-one session with Jyoti, and she was really helpful. We IT people, she was literally running behind me. Let's get the things done. She was helping me out. I was running out of time and all, but still, she was there for me. And we sat together. Wrong investment was. She made me to calculate the XIRR, right? The interest I was getting out of that investment was between 5 to 6%. I had invested for almost 9 to 10 years. And she said, you got to close this right away because the earning was around 5 to 6%. Uh, so no, it's not going to work, And she made me to calculate the compound interest. This is how you're supposed to get. This is how much you have to get out of that investment. This is the percentage you need to calculate. This is how you should, you know, she boiled down the numbers to the very bottom line, and she showed me how to calculate things. Like, this is the amount I've invested, and these many years, and this is the interest you're supposed to get. And she showed me the ways of doing it. Do you want me to be specific about the investment? Like, do you want me to name, or
No,
I just put it in a
it's
generic way?
yeah, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, let's not name and badmouth any policies or any such things. That's
Okay.
not the point. The point is that, we understand that you understand that there are many investments we all do, not just you, Annapurna. We all do, and we don't know how to calculate if we are making enough and beating inflation. So, yeah, and I think you just pointed out how important hand holding is. Like you just named Jyoti, and with Jyoti, I want to acknowledge each and every coach at Women on Wealth who really hand holds each student and hand holds each community member to, build this confidence and handle inflation and, change her money life. I would say that. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I would highlight the point of inflation, right? That
Yeah.
is a very stressful point for me. Uh, uh, Typically, when you have a lot of dependencies in your family, and that
Hmm.
you're the only earning point, and the inflation hits you many a times, right? You do not have other sources of incomes. So inflation is a very stressful thing, and how to handle inflation is one of the major points. Whenever
Yeah.
we calculated things, we calculated for with a certain the coaches made me to learn that how to calculate inflation, the worst inflation, and how much we need at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we all can earn money, but if we can't manage that money well, whether it is vis-a-vis inflation, vis-a-vis our financial goals, vis-a-vis the future we want to create for ourselves,
Hmm.
it's just meaningless. At the end of the day, it doesn't buy us the freedom, rather, it just makes us dependent on the paycheck, which is just, not the point. So,
Exactly. I was switching jobs, but the salary was increasing. But what am I doing? No property. Like, others were doing something with their money. Like, you buy a property, you invest, you make something big change in your life. But I
yeah,
was heading nowhere.
yeah, yeah.
So the
And
direction, yeah, the direction
yeah,
was
and
not there. Mm.
got it. The direction was not there, and you took the hand holding, which is
Mm.
powerful. And now tell me, what's next for you, Annapurna? Where are you headed now?
Stocks.
Okay. Investing aggressively in stocks. Sure. Sure. Yeah.
Thought, and I've shut down the wrong investments, um, and much educated on mutual funds. So
Right.
yeah, heading to one or two more mutual funds. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. I was talking with, that, I talk one-on-one with so many community members all the time. And I mean, over time, over the last 5, 6 months, I've been talking with so many of our investors, and they've been reporting how they've been generating easily 34% return year on year to 58% year on year return with, good quality. I'm proud of you and each one who is, taking that step towards knowledgeable investments. So kudos to you, Annapurna, and each woman.
Thank you so much.
Got that. Any last thoughts before we close?
Um, I'm so much thankful to you and your team. I see that, what a noble thought of educating women on math. Uh, it's really a big thing. It makes a lot of difference in so many women's life. Um, Probably I would involve a little bit of emotion to it. It's good. Yeah, and thanks to everyone of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Annapurna, for sharing this. And let's not forget, we are all emotional beings. And there is an emotion, a very strong emotion attached to it also. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I highlighted this point because, I mean, uh, there are people who think it's a business, right? I want to go, I want to get out of that perspective. And then, yes, it is a business, but with so much of noble cause.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a business. It's a it's a for-profit social enterprise, like I said.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely, bang on. Done,
yeah.
Annapurna. Thank you so much for coming in. It's a privilege having you as part of our community. Keep growing and sending you loads of financial abundance and prosperity and all that your heart desires. Take charge.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
And
So
that
much
is
on.
my business. And you know, if you got inspired, I invite you to get into action for your money life, everybody. Loads of love, Annapurna and everyone. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye, Priyanka.